Welcome to National Sports Chat. This your man's Ken the Guru. You're now tuned in to My Take. And before I give you my take, I would like to ask you guys to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Let's get it. Like I said, man, subscribe to the channel. So I want to talk about Adrian Broner. You know, might bring up a few other topics, but right now we want to talk about Adrian Broner. Watch the fight, Santiago. And sometimes, like y'all know, if y'all watch me talk about boxing, you know, in the past or whatever, I like to sometimes come out a little afterwards, after, looking at a little bit of everything so I can really come out with a complete hypothesis of what I think that somebody is going through. So I end up watching the fight, and I thought Broner, I thought he, if at best, you know what I'm saying, won, or, or it could have been a draw or whatever, right? Now, Broner has been out. Everybody know when you've been out for a very long time is ring rust. You don't really have the skills that you once had, you know what I'm saying? Because you're not used to, the fighting. You got to get back used to the punches. You got to get used to a lot of stuff. So Broner was never a person that can really make adjustments. You know what I'm saying? He's a counter puncher. He's a person that really doesn't let go of his hands. And that's the one thing that, I'm always skeptical about Broner. You know what I'm saying about, because sometimes he just don't let go of his hands. And he's a very accurate puncher. But when he was fighting Santiago, I actually like Santiago because he can work the body. He was coming forward. He was putting pressure on Broner. Broner did hold his own, throwing some counter punches and stuff like that. And I just think that overall, Broner, if he's going to fight like that in the next fight, then he just got to hang it up. You know what I'm saying? Because he's not fit right now, to fight anybody else, especially at that level. You feel what I'm saying? Like, if he fight a Spence or a Terrence Crawford, even a Regis Prograis, I think he loses because he doesn't let go of his hands. Put himself in the corner, the guy going to work, doing all, his body work. And, he basically wasn't letting go his hands, man. And I keep saying that because Broner is a person that has power, he has speed, he has accuracy, but I don't know why this dude just do not punch. I don't know why. And then it's almost as if this guy has no sense of urgency at all. He could have easily beat this kid down. He just was allowing him to come forward and, get off his punches, go into the body and stuff like that. And there was some stuff that I did not agree about. And I'm going to actually bring somebody in to also talk about it. I think that Adrian Broner is one of the most disrespected boxers ever. You feel what I'm saying? Because the fact that they don't like this man outside of, the accolades on boxing, you know what I'm saying? They disrespect this man in boxing. And I don't agree with that. But hey, let me know what's your thoughts, man, on the treatment of Adrian Broner.
Man, so just watching the fight. Of course, I'm gonna get my take real quick. I thought I thought it was either a draw or AB loss, but that's neither here nor there. But when I was watching the fight, I was just listening to the ref and just things like that was getting said, and I don't know. I just hate how they kind of like talk to him now, and he's in a position where he probably feel like, man, I got to take it because it's like, man, I acted the ass. You know what I'm saying? But still, bro, it's not right because how the ref was talking to him was just out of pocket. Like, oh, act like you've been here before, or just little stuff like that, or like be professional. You know what I'm saying? Like, dude, like, who are you talking to? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And if this was any other fighter, you wouldn't be saying that. If this was an Errol Spence, you wouldn't be saying that. Granted, they're not the same person, but still, I feel like like you said, it's just a lack of disrespect for AB across the board. And I definitely, I just want him to, keep going out there and doing what's best for him. I definitely feel like I just want him to stay out of trouble and things like that. And if he could get back right boxing, I hope he can, because he, like you said, the accuracy, the just everything like that. His counter punching is amazing. But the way his style of fighting, sitting back, not throwing, waiting for somebody else to throw it, it's like deadly. It's like he hands over rounds, and if you're not getting your counter punch working, then it's like, all right, you losing the fight by a landslide.
Right.
So I don't know how they called it the way they called it, but he ended up definitely coming through, and I think once somebody had like 117, 111, which was crazy. It
Scorecard is
was,
crazy.
but
I know he got a
uh,
point deduction, but like even with that, that's still crazy.
yeah, and I think like he probably gonna have to stay at this level. I wouldn't really want him to fight too many other people higher than this, because even Santiago was ranked like 93rd in welterweight. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know, you know what I'm saying, how much of a challenge that is, but I just think that if you get to having AB moving up and fighting like you said, the Errol Spencers, the Sean Crawfords, um, Bud, even Danny Garcia, I think it may get ugly, because he's just not at that level no more. He had too much time off, and you know what I'm saying. It's a lot of rust on him.
Right, right. So yeah, man. I'm gonna go back a little bit before that, man. You had um YouTube channels. It's one where like the I forget the name of it, but basically they're like one of the channels to where they always dog, African American fighters, and they sometimes, and then they give them all this shine and all this other stuff, and when they go on there, you know what I'm saying, like they cool, but then they'll find any and every moment to dog these fighters. So like,
Mm-hmm.
I think the disrespect, even from the commentators and from other people leading up to that moment,
Yeah.
the highlight and the spotlight was always on this man's trouble. You feel what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
On his struggle. And then the thing about it too, man, what a lot of people have to always understand is that, man, look, when you come from the streets, like the way, because I understand Adrian Broner. The reason a person like Adrian Broner act the way he does is because the man is acting out of trauma. He's a person that didn't believe that he would actually be be here at this moment. You feel what I'm saying? So his thing was to live his life, you know what I'm saying, because he felt like he was gonna die young. You know what I'm saying? So when you got those type of people, making money in the limelight and stuff like that, man, you don't just shun them, you guide
Mm-hmm.
them.
Yeah.
If you really want, what's best, if you really want what's best for that person, instead of shunning them and possibly putting them into the state of depression, why don't you help them? You know
Mm-hmm.
what I'm saying? Did nobody
And
reach out to him because he's this person? He's flamboyant. He's not, he's not behaving the way we want him to. Look, man,
yeah.
he his own person. That's what makes him
Yeah.
different. You know what I'm saying? It's
Mm-hmm.
a gift and a curse.
Yeah,
Him,
and that's one thing I could say about him that's like, just different about a lot of fighters. No matter how many losses he has, he still find a way to put them asses in the seat. And as long
man,
as you could do that, you know what I'm saying, you could do
yeah,
a lot.
because
So
they want to see.
yeah, and
They want,
it's a little bit of the Floyd aspect. People just want to see him lose, and because it's kind of become a funny thing to some people. But man, like I said, I just hope nothing for the best for AB. I feel like he'll probably get it back on track. I definitely just don't like how they were talking to him. The ref was just act like he been here before. Are you a fighter? Do you know like I don't know. It's just asking just like questions and saying just little stuff like, dude. Like, bro, don't ever talk to me like this. Like, dude, you're a judge. Like, you not even a judge, you're a ref. You know what I'm saying? Ref the fight, bro. Like,
Right.
you don't have no say. And I think that's a lot of things. Like, you know, we see it a lot in boxing and it's just a lot of sports. You know, whether it's the refs, the just a lot of little factors that try to overplay their role in a sporting event, bro. You're a referee, bro. Just make
Right.
sure nothing dirty going on. Like you gonna hit
Yeah.
trying to talk to me, give me life lessons. Why? Like,
But that just to me, that just speak to you know, just coming from the streets or whatever. That just speaks to the fact that I believe that somebody else was talking about him to that referee in that manner.
what? It's not even. It's not even that. It's just like the preconceived notions, and like I said, AB probably ain't do himself no favors with how he been acting, but still, that don't warrant you to talk to somebody. You know what I'm saying? That's all
Right.
I'm
But
saying. Like, it don't warrant them to.
what I'm saying is, you know how like somebody can talk about you to
Oh
somebody and
yeah.
then make them look at you in that
Mm-hmm.
way, like you know what I'm saying, like you less than nothing. You feel
For
what I'm
sure.
saying? That could have really been the case. Like, man, this piece of ass, you know what I'm saying,
Mm-hmm.
is boxing. He
Mm-hmm.
shouldn't even he don't even deserve to fight and blase, basically making this person or influencing this person to feel the same way about him. So they're
Mm-hmm.
not giving him the same respect, you know what I'm saying, as they would any other fighter.
But
Because
I always like wonder, and I get it, like it's a personality thing, and people just don't like certain people. But it's
yeah,
like, man, this is boxing, bro. Like, AB having a tough time winning anyway. And I'm not saying that's an excuse for, what I'm saying, to be chasing clout, but you gotta let somebody be good at what he good at. He good at talking. He good at, what I'm saying, stirring up controversy and stuff like that. And I'm not giving him any credit saying what he used to do in the past and how he used to talk to people and treat people was right or anything. I ain't saying that, but it's just, bro, you you still like, bro, he's trying to sell a fight, bro. Like,
for sure.
that's about the only thing that he really got going for him now is his ability to sell fights. Like he could, I don't care who he fight. If everything would have been opened up, it would have been asses in them seats to see Santiago and him. You know what I'm saying? And it was a decent card too. You had Robert Easter. He did good. You had Dominic Brazil, who looked like he pretty much about to go into retirement. You
For sure.
know, but
For sure.
Lord
Yeah.
bless him. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Wilding, do you think Wilder should fight Wilding?
Man, I think that'd be a good look because Wallin he definitely solid, but I could tell like he one of them cloud punchers. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like Wilder will probably be able to make some good work of him, and it's good just to and I know Wilder probably don't want to take no tune up, but how it's looking, I feel like Fury probably not gonna get to him next. You feel me? And I don't
Yeah.
know what the hold up would be, but I'm sure he's gonna honor that third fight. But it's
Man,
just I
tell
just
you,
don't think he's gonna get to him next.
I tell you the hold up, the hold up is he being Bob Arum is trying to basically stall it out until they're able to put butts in the seats
Yeah, and that's
because they
why I
feel
say
like
I feel like it's gonna because if this go on to the summer, I think Fury gonna want to have something by the summer. You know what I'm saying? And let's say he just fights somebody. I'm cool with him fighting Ruiz or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Fight Ruiz or
I
fight somebody. You know what I'm saying? Even if he
yeah.
fight what's buddy Ortiz.
That's what I was about to say. I want to see Fury fight Ortiz.
Ortiz is tough for a lot of people because it's just like Wilder has the ability to catch Ortiz, but Ortiz is dangerous, bro. Like
Yeah,
Ortiz is dangerous. I
yeah.
like let's say if Ortiz fought Anthony Joshua the first time that he lost to Ruiz, it would have got way uglier than that. Like
Yeah,
it
they
would
knew
have
that
got
though,
way
because
because
he was
the
the
way
WBA mandatory, and they basically you know tricked him out of that position because
yeah
they told him if he let him fight what's his name Vladimir Klitschko, you feel what
mm-hmm,
I'm saying? Then he'd get his shot.
yeah
But they put that belt on that line. They put
Mm-hmm.
that belt on the line, the WBA on the line. So he ended up winning that, and he ain't had no mandatories after that. So
It's to the point now. I'm respecting whoever put up a strap. Whoever put their straps up to get gat, I'm respecting, because it ain't people who doing it no more.
yeah,
That's all I'm respecting. I ain't respecting nobody ducking, dodging, or anything. Anybody who put them straps up to be fought for, I respect. And anybody who's in a position to be undisputed and go for undisputed, I respect.
oh yeah, for sure, for sure. I think
All
everybody
that
should.
fighting, all the
Yeah.
random people, like man, and I
Hey,
get it, like.
this is one of the things that I think. I think that they should start creating tournaments, boxing tournaments. You feel what I'm saying? So like even if I mean obviously you fight for the belt, right? So like if you want to um fight for a WBO belt, right? Or a WBA belt, you should enter those tournaments.
Mm-hmm.
You feel what I'm saying? You fight
Yeah,
for it. The winner gets that belt.
yeah.
You feel what I'm
I
saying?
I
I
feel it. I just think that they have like they set boxing up wrong. Like with giving all these different, you got the WBC, WBA, IBO, IBO. Like it should still okay if they would still want to keep those four different entities. It should be an entity over that. You know what I'm saying? Which is just I don't know boxing something
yeah,
that controls that. Like, hey,
B
we
committees.
get all this stuff, but here's what it is. If it's a situation for somebody where they got all the belts but one, he about to put that belt up first. You know what I'm saying? And we
Right,
gonna make
right,
sure the money figured out. It ain't no well, nah, he need to fight the mandatory in this in our division. Weird. No, he about to fight for that undisputed, whether he
right,
like it or not. And if he don't want to fight for it, strip him of that strap.
right. I'm telling you, bro. If they do it the way
Strip
that
him of
I'm
that
saying
strap.
it, bro, they should put the top four, right, on the list for to be in the run-ins to fight for that belt, right? Like I said, for each belt. And then when they get to the top, when they fight for those belts, what they should do is, like you said, when they create that committee, you know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying, that governs the WBC, the WBO, and all them, right?
Mm-hmm. I said WBA,
The,
WBO.
yeah, yeah. So like
Yeah.
all them, all WBC and all that.
Mm-hmm.
So when they govern those, then whoever has those belts are in line and have to fight each other.
Yeah. And that and it's just and what it does is in situations like this, the money will always make sense. You know what I'm saying? Just because
Mhm.
people are gonna pay the natural fan is gonna pay to see to see these fights. So the money's gonna make sense. It's just with all these promoters in the way, all these it's just a lot of politics and everything. Like in boxing, it was never really easy to make fights unless it was like back early on. Like it's not easy. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
It's too many entities combined into one thing, and well, we got 5% over here. The promoter has 15%. Trainer cut man 2%, 1%. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just so
man.
many pieces in the pie that a lot of guys, and that's why I feel like a lot of guys shooting themselves in the foot because they holding out like, man, I'm gonna try to fight him in a couple years when he really
Yeah.
be. You know, I'm like, nah, bro, fight him now. Like
Right, right.
get the bag now and build up. Like let this be a trilogy. Okay, say you made 5 million the first fight. Next fight you make 10. Next fight you
Mhm.
may make 30. You know what I'm saying? Like you just gotta know how to milk it. Then go on to the next fighter. It's a lot of work out there to be had. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of trilogies that could be had within fighters. You know what I'm saying? Like you got just even with the lighter class division, like you got guys like Tiafimo, Tank, Haney, uh, all those type of guys that, you know what I'm saying, just hanging around and they could fight each other. Garcia.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like
Exactly.
that's four different trilogies right there.
But what do you think about when you got people like Max Kellerman telling Teofimo that he don't have to fight the Devin Haney's, he don't have to
Cause he
fight
don't.
the
I
belt?
don't feel no way about that because that's just the way like boxing is set up. Like he could do that and be well within his right. But the
Nah,
thing
bro.
that he gotta understand is that it's gonna affect who his dollars at the end of the day because they.
Bruh, him being Max Kellerman, he should want to see the best fights. You
I'm
feel what I'm
sure
saying?
he
This is
do,
the
but
same
he
person
probably.
that did not demand Devin Haney to fight Lomachenko. He was okay with with Lomachenko taking Devin Haney's fight for the WBC. You feel what I'm saying? Like, bro, he's not having that same energy because he's telling people like Terrence Crawford to fight Errol Spence. But when it comes to like other fighters, like the Lomachenkos, the Lopez's, or the Josh Taylors, the like,
Yeah.
bro, he's not demanding them to
He
fight
probably taking like I don't know why he taking that road, but it's a lot of people in there, like a lot of whether it's media post fighters that's saying that to Tiafimo, even guys like Crawford saying like man Bradley, not Crawford, I'm talking about Crawford.
Oh yeah, Bradley,
Bradley, him
boy.
saying like, hey man, you can fight pretty much anybody. You know what
Yeah,
I'm saying?
but then he'd turn around
Time to
and
start
say,
squeezing these anybody's in here. You feel me? Like,
but then he turn around and say, "Oh well, Errol Spence not fighting. He's ducking. He's this. He's that." Like, bruh, what are you talking about? This dude,
yeah.
he's literally trying to build leverage over
And I'm
Terrence
a,
Crawford.
I'm gonna tell you what the biggest thing is though. And before we hop out of here, because we about to have to sign out. We got
Yeah,
a couple minutes left. But the biggest thing is, bro, these boxers are shooting themselves in the foot by keep calling out each other, bro. Like y'all, you making yourself the B side, bro. You the one who calling. You supposed to be the one that get called upon. You know what I'm saying? Like you're not supposed to be calling. Like Floyd wasn't out here calling out, well, I'm about to fight. You know what I'm saying? Like people was just calling upon him because they knew that's where the money was at.
nah.
Like
Before that though, but when he was Pretty Boy Floyd, he was calling everybody out.
for sure, but I'm just
Everybody's
saying,
still
like,
in a Pretty Boy Floyd without fighting elite fighters though.
I give you that. I give you that. Well, yeah, man. I'm gonna
But
let
yeah,
you take
man.
us on out of here, man.
But
I
yeah,
you
hey man, appreciate y'all tuning in to National Sports Chat, My Take, boxing edition. The state of boxing is in such a dire shape situation, man. We trying to
on
get it
life
back.
support.
And like, look, if it ain't the right fight, it ain't my fight. So meaning that if
Facts.
it ain't the right fight, I ain't watching it. So
Mm-hmm.
y'all can take that to the bank and cash that empty check because y'all ain't getting one from me. You feel what I'm saying?
Cha-ching.
We need the best fights, and at the end of the day, the people like me, the fans, is the one who control boxing because we are the
Mm-hmm.
ones who pay to watch the fights. And if we can't get the fights that we want, you know what I'm saying? Then we just not gonna watch, and y'all lose
Mm-hmm.
y'all money. Y'all use y'all bottom line. That's bottom line, man. But
Mm-hmm.
appreciate you coming in, Micah. You know what I'm
For
saying?
sure, all the
And,
time.
yeah, man, and for sure, man. I know you'll be back soon, and like I said, man,
Most definitely.
I'll be tapping in, into boxing, a lot more and stuff like that. We just putting everything together. But thank y'all for coming.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, we out.